Hello and welcome to another video of the IT Career Guide YouTube channel. In today's video I want to talk about the typical day in the life of a systems administrator. First of all, a big disclaimer, I'm not talking about how to become a systems administrator. This is really the assumption that if you want to become a systems administrator, to give you an idea of what the day-to-day activities look like from a work perspective. So with that being said, as a systems administrator or systems engineer, those two roles are very similar. You're looking at a work schedule that is not necessarily fixed, but requires some flexibility. So first of all, there's a lot of work that needs to be done on weekends or weekend evenings or even nights. So that's just part of the role. And some of the tasks that I'm listing here fall into that category. So when you come into the office, ideally you have a certain routine, and for me that has always been looking at the health of my systems I'm responsible for. So going through log files, just double checking everything is working, everything is in working order. I have no reports in any way about problems for the systems, again, I'm responsible for. So that for me has been a big routine. Another portion for me that I used to do, and that worked for me very well, is just spend 5 to 10 minutes going through IT news related websites and just picking up, is there anything happening out there that I need to be aware of? So let's say there's a Windows security issue that is affecting millions of Windows clients or servers out there, and there's an emergency patch released by Microsoft. So that is something I'm just trying to pick up when I go out and spend those 5-10 minutes scrolling through the headlines of the IT news related websites and just picking up pieces. Sometimes there's a gem in there where you pick up a new open source software or another trick that you were not aware of, and I use those too. But that's really my routine when I was working as a systems engineer and system administrator, looking at my system logs, event logs, making sure everything is healthy and working, and then double checking on IT news, and then take my day from there. A lot of work that I was doing was project related, and while there is some day-to-day tasks, projects are most likely becoming part of your day-to-day routine working as a systems administrator. So you will be in meetings, you will do actual work related to those projects, not related to the systems that you are responsible for. But that brings me to the next step. If you are responsible for certain systems, so let's say you are responsible for the enterprise-wide backups, then it would be part of your daily routine to look at the backups, making sure all the backups ran, troubleshoot why certain backups failed, add, remove servers and file shares to and from the backup routine, and develop new backup schedules where needed. So that would be a big portion of your job. At the same time, looking at the backup software that you're using. Are all the clients at the appropriate level? Do the clients need to be upgraded, or does the backup server or backup appliance, whatever you use, require an upgrade? So that's part of your day-to-day activity. If you're part of a larger team and you have shared responsibilities, then that goes a little further, and you will work with your peers on those different systems. So that could be server upgrades, operating system upgrades, working on automation to really improve the environment even further, to speed up processes, or to remove areas where human error is prone to happen, and automation can help really to make your life easier, but remove the room for error. Other portions of your day-to-day tasks are working in a ticketing system of some sort. So most companies use some sort of help desk ticketing system where the system administrators group or infrastructure group, depending on how it's labeled, has their own queue, and tickets might be assigned to you from the help desk to do certain work, or when there is some additional troubleshooting needed, that you get pulled into a support incident with the help desk, and you will work with them. Potentially the ticket gets assigned to you, and you have to work and close out the incident. So working in IT, specifically as a system administrator or systems engineer, sooner or later you will be in vendor meetings meeting with manufacturers or organizations that provide services or products to you, where you evaluate products or where they show you a new product, or where you have technical meetings because you want to roll out a certain solution that uses their technology. So where I worked as an example, we frequently dealt with Microsoft and Dell, and both Dell and Microsoft came out to us showcasing the new technology, providing resources, helping us with really scaling our systems, designing our systems. So really providing a lot of services for us. And those are vendor meetings that you will go to and spend quite some time in there. So, and depending on your role, they can happen quite frequently. So I mentioned earlier that if you have a special role, so depending on if you are the jack of all trades, master of none type of single ninja warrior, you are responsible for everything. But in larger environments, usually there are specialized roles assigned to the different system administrators and systems engineers. So depending on the size of your team, you might be responsible for a couple of technologies as the primary subject matter expert. So that involves that you work in different areas, but also that you spend time educating yourself, because you might just be that jack of all trades and not the master of any of these. So depending on the projects and what the company needs, you scale up your knowledge in some areas and work there, and then scale it down and move on to another. But you are responsible for different technologies. So just be aware there's a lot of variety, and sometimes you are fully specialized on just one technology, and in other cases you have a little bit of everything. So with that being said, it's also really critical for you to go through that day-to-day activity, that you are very structured and organized, because you're being pulled into so many different directions. If you are not organized and structured, you will fail and your days could become really stressful. So that's exactly what you want to avoid, because well, some people thrive on stress, but as a system administrator, you need to keep a calm head and have the right patience to really do appropriate level work, because that level of detail that you are required to provide could really be the difference between systems down or systems up, between the company generating revenue and money or the company losing money. So sometimes when technology goes down, it could be a so-called career-changing moment for certain people. That career-changing moment means somebody made a really big boo-boo / mistake and caused a major outage for the company and the related customers. So just be one of those people that are not part of that defining moment, or be the person that prevents these moments from happening by providing that right level of detail. And that again goes back to being focused, being structured, and really having the right level of approach to the work that you do. Some companies allow you to learn and train on the job, to study on the job. Companies like Google are famous for that you have up to 20% available to work on your own projects or for training. So not every company does that. A lot of companies simply have the silent expectation that you educate yourself on whatever technology is needed outside of working hours. Other companies provide you with training, but you cannot always just expect training. Training is very expensive, so I would try to build in some time where you can experiment, where you can learn and study and really put technology through its paces and hopefully provide better value back. And I mean, if you work more than 40 hours a week, from my perspective, that's totally fine as long as you get your job done. If you're falling behind with everything, that's very different. And you probably need to talk to your manager or team lead why you are falling behind and what can be done about it. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. I publish new videos once a week. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.